anti-establishment, so I can never be the establishment. You know what I mean? Like, even if I'm at the Diddy party, I'm there to tell. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm there to see who the is in here and what do y'all get from being in here.
Do it for play. If you do it for real, here it is, Kevin. I got a show at your hometown in Philly. I'm gonna take my special there. On that stage, we can put whatever you want.
They put the drugs in the baby oil. You thinking you getting a massage, you can't even get.
Katt Williams just shook the internet again. After Diddy's arrest, Katt claims several powerful celebrities quietly left the country. No announcements. No explanations. Fans are asking one question. Why now, and why so fast?
Straight from Katt Williams' latest GQ interview, the man who opened the portal. In it, Katt goes all in, airing out his Hollywood beefs and spilling major tea on the Diddy drama. This isn't just any interview. It's the kind of raw, no-holds-barred tell-all that's got everyone talking and seriously questioning. What else is Katt keeping on the down low?
Katt Williams says this isn't coincidence, it's timing. According to him, the moment legal pressure started, certain industry names suddenly disappeared from the U.S. private jets, foreign trips, and complete silence followed.
I end up being in. I don't care how things go. If I can get a way to get you, that's what I'm all about. I just don't like you walking around scot-free, because you a demon. And I know demons are powerful, but I know why they're powerful. It's cold spiritual warfare going on out here in the real world, and part of my job is to not lose focus on that.
Social media is on fire after Katt Williams hinted that Hollywood insiders fled the country post-arrest. Fans believe fear spreads fast when secrets risk exposure, especially in an industry built on image and power.
Finding out you could be one of the most powerful men in America, he says. And that's been my lane. Being able to find out why these powerful entities are powerful. To find out why these people that are being taken advantage of are being taken advantage of. And to try to figure out the pipeline. Because all of it exists, and it's...
Katt Williams didn't name names, but the message was clear. When the walls start closing in, people with something to lose don't wait around. They move quietly, quickly, and far away.
Did you catch any baby oil?
Kevin, come here. Can you go get some girls so we can be in the bedroom with some girls? Let's get some girls up here, please. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed.
You asking the wrong person the wrong question. Sound like your question.
Say pause.
Don't acknowledge this. It has nothing to do with me and Puff. Nothing to do with me and Puff right now.
Hold on.
Kevin Hart, like many, distancing himself from Diddy after the mogul's arrest and federal indictment.
Do you think he's safe in jail?
Wrong person.
The reason Kevin is getting questioned is because of this newly rediscovered footage of him hosting a Diddy hotel party back in 2010.
I'm not jumping the tub myself. Once everybody gets out, just me and the lady. What I do best?
Oh! Did the camera catch that? Cut the camera!
That is one bikini-clad woman's hair catching on fire in the hot tub. None of the celeb guests at this party have been accused of any wrongdoing.
That's my brother right here.
Internet detectives are now tracking interviews, timelines, and sudden vacations. Katt Williams' claims turned fans into investigators, questioning whether these celebrity exits were planned trips or emergency escapes.
I have insider information on Diddy and Kevin Hart's involvement. I know this because I was on a TV show with a girl who was actively dating Diddy at the time. There I am. A quick Google search will tell you who she is. This girl was paparazzi'd with Diddy back in 2022-2023. Obviously, the cast was concerned about her because the Cassie lawsuit just dropped before filming. Now, the first week of filming just had to be Valentine's Day. Now, Diddy's girl got a very expensive bouquet of flowers delivered on Valentine's Day, but she refused to tell anybody who it was from. It's a reality show, so obviously drama went down. Diddy's girl decided to leave the house for a week. So my girl and I decided to break into her room to redecorate it for show purposes. Just playing along with the drama of the show, we were shocked by what we found.
Bro, there's no way. Bro. Oh my God, from Puff.
The flowers were from Diddy. Love, Puff. This sent my girlfriend into a spiral. As a woman, she was terrified that Diddy had our address. She let the girl know how she felt and put the card back where she found it. The girl told Diddy what happened, and then Diddy threatened production. So the Diddy girl started screaming at my girlfriend, saying that Diddy was going to sue her because of what she wrote on the note. Worried that we were all going to discuss this sick that he was doing on our TV show. The fact that he wanted to silence a girl that he doesn't even know for writing on a note is absolutely insane. Production then pulled every cast member aside and instructed us to no longer have any Diddy conversation for the duration of the show. Diddy threatened to bankrupt our TV show and my girlfriend. We thought it ended there, right? But then Diddy's girl got mentioned in a lawsuit that came out publicly. When this went down, Diddy's girl happened to be in a fight with another castmate. Now that castmate just happened to be dating J-Lo's ex-boyfriend Casper. Diddy's girl was scared that the other castmate was gonna use this Diddy stuff against her during their fight. So she decided to make a call to guess who? Kevin Hart. Now at the time, none of us knew it was actually Kevin Hart until later on. So Kevin Hart called Casper and threatened him to make sure he gets his girl in check on the show. Now Casper's girlfriend told all of us that Diddy's girl was also sleeping with Kevin Hart, who happens to be married with children and best friends with Diddy. Kevin Hart clearly made the call to Casper to ensure that Diddy's girl stayed quiet about the affair that him and her were having because once again, he's married. Kinda weird that Diddy and Kevin Hart are both sleeping with the same girl and threatening our TV show, isn't it? Now listen, I'm just an ordinary blue-collar worker from Jersey, okay? Who happens to be dating a famous OF model, which is how I got on the show in the first place. Now, I'm not a social media star, I'm not famous, I have no reason to lie about any of this shit, okay? Now, the only reason I'm telling you guys all this is because when I was in Hollywood filming this TV show, I went through some sick, twisted...
Katt Williams says Hollywood loyalty disappears when consequences arrive. Fame protects you until it doesn't. Once arrests happen, alliances shift, phones go silent, and flights get booked.
DiCaprio has fled to Italy to avoid the P. Diddy debacle. Put it up for a mass. I want to remind people of a clip that's now resurfacing from Diddy. Here it is.
And the white party's coming back this year, by the way, for charity.
Yeah, it's great to hear, and I'm sure that's probably not public information yet, but who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
yes,
right?
Yes, without a doubt, you are invited.
That is so generous of you. Cheers to that.
See you at the white party.
All right, I'll put the picture back up. Now, this is going to be an interesting background. So Leonardo DiCaprio's connection to the music industry continues to follow him. His history in particular with Sean Diddy Combs. Despite being on vacation, fans still remind him of his ties to the entertainer and business exec. Although there are no allegations currently against DiCaprio. Some social media users are still taking the opportunity to troll for his association with Combs. There's a series of paparazzi snap pictures of the actor in Italy with his girlfriend, calling it a family affair. The Instagram profile said the 49-year-old was joined by his mother, stepdad, and the mom of his lady. It appears that the Django star has been working overtime to distance himself from Combs over the last month, despite there being no evidence presented that he did anything wrong. But had a legal good time. Reports are saying he is doing everything he can do to play down this connection to Mr. Take That.
What makes this hit harder is Katt Williams' history. He's spoken uncomfortable truths before, and later, people admitted he was right. That's why fans are taking his latest warning seriously.
I'm person,
like what time do you stay up till?
I stay up till like maybe 6 in the morning. I'm back up at like 10:30, 11.
6 in the morning. What do you do every night till 6 in the morning? You don't go to clubs every night.
No, I mean, I make love a lot. And,
That's
Ellen,
my favorite.
Katt suggests the loudest critics are often the most nervous. Some celebrities reportedly vanished from public view overnight. canceling appearances, and wiping social media clean.
As for Stephen Twitch Boss, he died on December 13th, 2022, and the official cause of death was ruled as a self-inflicted wound to the head. But even now, fans are still trying to wrap their heads around this tragedy, and a lot of them are still not buying the official story. Now,
yeah, guys, I never really fully grasped how this happened, but I get it. I mean, when it comes to people doing things to themselves because they're sick of existing, a lot of the times they do kind of act like he was acting up until. Extremely positive, funny, cheery, like making videos, funny dance videos, and all types of things that just exuded positivity and happiness. But in all actuality, that is obviously a mask, completely a mask, for him to do what he did.
Here's what
allegedly
we know about Stephen's passing. On Monday, December 12th, he left his home on foot and checked into the Oak Tree Inn Motel in Encino, Los Angeles. Just a quick 15-minute stroll from the house he shared with his wife Allison and their 3 children. The next day, Allison freaked out when she saw that Twitch was gone while his car was still in its place, and she ran to the local police station begging them to take Twitch's disappearance seriously. Allison told the police that something was off because Twitch never went anywhere without his car, and several officers followed Allison back to the house to look for clues about Twitch's whereabouts. But shortly after, the motel where Twitch had checked in the previous day called the police and said they found Twitch in the bathroom of his room. But despite the official ruling on the cause of death, fans had a tough time wrapping their heads around the idea that Twitch would do this because he never once shared that he was struggling with anything. And at least from the outside, he seemed like a genuinely happy person who adored his family. In fact, not too long before he passed, Twitch and Allison revealed that they were seriously considering adding another little one to the family.
Oh my God, do you miss having a newborn in the house? I sure do.
No.
Uh-oh. I think we would love to start trying for another one. Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, what? How you feel? Look, she said she missed it. How you feel?
No, listen,
Guys, here's the thing. Listen, kids are amazing once they actually are older and can speak. I would say 5 and up. Anything from 0 to 5 is completely miserable in your household, bro. I mean, you can lie and say you like that, right? But you're wrong. It's terrible. Like, what is the point? Can we just fast forward? I would love to fast forward kids to 5 years old at least.
No, but we really do. I love the little babies. I love them, and to be quite, it's a constant conversation.
Also,
what's
Twitch and
amazing
Allison
about
celebrated their 9th wedding anniversary just 4 days before Twitch's tragic passing, and Twitch shared this sweet tribute to Allison on IG. To be clear, just because someone looks happy from the outside doesn't mean that they're not struggling in private, and depressed people are often good at masking their symptoms, even in front of their loved ones. On the other hand, a lot of people felt something seemed off about the official narrative of Twitch's passing, especially the part about this mysterious note he left in the motel room. It was initially reported in the media that no note was found at the scene, but law enforcement sources later confirmed to TMZ that Twitch left a note in which he alluded to past challenges, but they didn't disclose what kind of challenges Twitch was referring to. And even with the note and the official autopsy report, many fans are still saying there's way too much fishy business surrounding Twitch's death, and they're just not buying the idea that he would leave his family. And now that Ellen's friendship with Diddy is in the spotlight, some sources are speculating that Twitch was being blackmailed with something. Now, let me be clear. There is no proof that Twitch himself was close to Diddy or attended any of his parties.
They checked around Twitch and Allison's home looking for any clues. The 911 call from the motel had come in just shortly after Allison had contacted the cops, so that's how this all came.
Hollywood thrives on control, but Katt Williams says control slips when law enforcement enters the picture. Diddy's arrest may have cracked a door many hoped would stay closed forever.
Save that fight for another time because I really want to get your thoughts on Oprah.
Devil. Demon. Destroyer.
So villain, not a hero like many people see her. You think she's a villain?
She's a super villain. She's the biggest villain in the world, and yet nobody will ask the most obvious question in the world. Why is her and Gail getting married? It's clear she don't want to marry Stedman. Why don't her and Gail get married? Now she went on that Ozempic. It put her in the hospital. She almost diarrheaed herself to death. Stedman wasn't there at the hospital. Gail was crying for her friend. What's wrong with y'all people? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. I wish she would just come out the closet. Like, she's really taking this, don't ask, don't tell too far. And she ain't never been in the military.
Well, she is a snake. Like, there's no bigger snake than Oprah. Because I cover Michael Jackson. I'm curious your thought. I believe Michael Jackson's actually innocent. I've been doing a whole documentary.
Although Michael Jackson is innocent, they targeted him. And for her to play in his face while he was alive, those boys to discredit him, and then her to bring it back right after he passed away. The way she did Luther Vandross when he passed away. The way she just, exploited him laying in that bed. The way she did, the way she does the way she's doing Taraji P. Henson. I think she should be tried in the court of public opinion for what she's doing to poor Fantasia. It's sad.
Fans say if there's nothing to hide, there's no reason to run. Katt Williams' words sparked suspicion, not proof, but suspicion alone can change how the public sees powerful figures.
They think Harvey Weinstein because they have been linked together so often. First off, Oprah and Harvey have been friends for over 2 decades. A lot of people use the argument that she didn't know about what he was doing, but that's impossible because everyone's known about Harvey Weinstein's reputation ever since the 90s. If you guys don't know who Harvey Weinstein is, he is a major film producer who is pretty much the face of the Me Too movement because he was called out by a bunch of different actresses who he violated. When he was getting canceled and exposed for everything that he has done, Oprah allegedly called him and offered her support. Even though Oprah's team denies this, I believe it because Oprah has been close with Harvey and she has showed him some sympathy over time. Even though he is a disgusting man and he deserves to rot in jail. But I don't understand why Oprah wants to be best friends with someone like Harvey Weinstein. They had a very warm friendship, and the photos show. Some people actually believe that Oprah convinced some actresses to hook up with Harvey Weinstein. And actually, Rose McGowan tweeted out, "I'm glad more people are seeing the ugly truth of Oprah. I wish she were real, but she isn't." Oprah has attempted to speak out on Harvey Weinstein, but she never really gets to the point, and you can tell that she's trying to protect him.
Let's talk about what's happening with Harvey Weinstein. I know you posted on Facebook already, but you haven't kind of spoken yet publicly about what's going on.
I think that this is, I'm always trying to look for the rainbow in the cloud, whatever is the silver lining. And so I think this is a watershed moment. And if we make this just about Harvey Weinstein, then we will have lost this moment. I think this is a moment where no matter what business you work in, there have been women who not only had the disease to please, that's a part of it, but who felt that in order to keep my job, in order to keep my position, in order to keep moving forward, I've got to smile, I've got to look the other way, I got to pretend he didn't say that.
Of course, Oprah is trying to switch the narrative and make this about everyone else because it's not just Harvey. But we need to talk about the bizarre contrast in Oprah's behavior when it comes to dealing with people like Harvey versus dealing with someone like Michael Jackson. In early 2019, there was a documentary created about Harvey Weinstein titled Untouchable. It premiered at Sundance, but it didn't get a lot of media attention. And of course, Oprah didn't bring any attention to that documentary. But when it comes to the documentary about Michael Jackson leaving Neverland, Oprah decided to go and promote that everywhere. Oprah decided to hold a special show after the airing of Leaving Neverland. She invited some of Michael Jackson's victims to her show to interview them, but there wasn't any plan of her to invite any of Harvey Weinstein's victims to her show. So it's interesting how she protects her friend Harvey Weinstein and she decides to cover people like Michael Jackson. And what's interesting about this is that Harvey Weinstein is a convicted criminal. We know that he did this. So why isn't Oprah holding?
These are allegations, not verdicts, but the questions are real. Katt Williams lit the match, and now Hollywood is under a spotlight it can't escape. Silence is loud, and movement speaks volumes.
You guys remember how I mentioned that Oprah did a special show after Michael Jackson's documentary? Well, there's a clip from that show that I want to play for you guys because it seems like Oprah is trying to justify bad behavior, and this clip was actually pretty hard to find, so I'm pretty sure Oprah's team is trying to bury it, but let's react to it. This clip may come off triggering, so viewers' discretion is advised.
So this is what so many people don't understand. A big part of the confusion and shame for child victims is that the attention and the seduction from the predator, who is probably gonna be somebody you know.
Right.
In order for it to work, it has to be somebody you know, somebody you admire, somebody you respect, or maybe even love. And it feels good. I mean, if you're 7 years old and somebody, which I was trying to say this to my friends who had children, you're 7 years old and someone is your, it feels good. Right. Even though you don't have a name for what that is, it feels good.
What does it mean that it felt good? What does that mean about me?
That's one of the reasons it's so confusing for children.
Yeah.
And when I first said this years ago, people were like, "You crazy," because everybody wants to believe it's like, and you're being thrown up against the wall and you're being. And I have said for years, if the is any good, you won't even know it's happened. You will be in it and you won't even know it's happened. And if the is any good, he or she is going to make you feel like you're a part of it.
I guess I can see what point Oprah was trying to make there, but some of the words she chose are off-putting. It almost seems like she's degrading the significance of this trauma. And of course, she's out here exploiting Michael Jackson and his victims because she's trying to put on a show. If she really cared about victims, then she would talk about other people too, like her friend